Hey, you guys, KingLink86, aka Raymond. Welcome, guys. Well, guys, the time has come. Finally, they have released the 2019 Oscar nominations. Now, guys, the Oscars, I love the Oscars so much. And because about movies, it's about everything from great performances to great movies, great music, you can never tell. Well, guys, let's take a look at the ballots. And right now, guys, what you're about to see is the Best Picture. And you're going to see the very first superhero film to be nominated for Best Picture, and that is The Black Panther. Now, guys, The Black Panther was a great movie. I mean, heck, we learned a lot about the African culture. We've seen a black superhero, which was the best. And what's really interesting about this movie was it had a lot of meaning. And also a great villain. I mean, Killmonger, who was played by Michael B. Jordan, he gave an excellent performance. I mean, at the end, when he died, he said, "We can heal you." He said, "No, why don't you just bury me in the ocean?" Because my ancestors knew jumping ship was better. Is better than to just jump ship, because they knew that death was better than bondage. That was a powerful line. There was another line that was supposed to be in there. It said, "Wow, this world is beautiful." It says, "How come we don't show the people out there this?" They wanted to go there, but Michael B. Jordan felt like it wasn't powerful enough, so he had another line which was used by the director, and it was that was the most powerful line I've ever heard. And now, A Star is Born. Now, guys, I just read that A Star is Born has been nominated for 11 nominations. 11 times. So, guys, we're going to see something amazing with this movie. Now, this movie has been remade 3 times. The first time was with Judy Garland. The second time was with Barbra Streisand. And now it was directed by Bradley Cooper himself, who is best known for being the voice of Rocket Raccoon from the Avengers, and also Guardians of the Galaxy. And if I remember correctly, this is her very first role of Lady Gaga. That shows right there that she's a great actress, a great singer. Well, she was first nomination as an actress. Her songs were nominated for best song in a lot of movies that she's done. Now, Black Klansman. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the true story about an inside job. It was an inside job. A guy who actually had to pretend to be a Klansman in order to get in and see how things were going. And it was very brave for somebody like that to do that. It was just, wow, unbelievable that he would go through all this danger and everything just to see how things work. Now, guys, I have not seen The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, or Vice. Now, the one thing I can tell you about Vice, it looks like a great movie, a true story about Dick Cheney, the great vice president who was known by George W. Bush, and a very clumsy person. But I'll tell you that because I have a feeling that this movie's been nominated a lot, so we'll get to that. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'll just tell it. The Vice is a true story about Dick Cheney, who was confronted by George W. Bush for him to be vice president. As you guys know, Dick Cheney has done a lot. I mean, for one thing, he actually accidentally shot a guy in the face with a shotgun. That was funny. But Christian Bale, he had to go through an unbelievable transformation. If I remember correctly, I don't think he actually did makeup. He actually got himself fat, I believe, in order to get this role. Or it might be makeup, but overall, guys, it looks amazing. Hey, Christian Bale, he's a hell of an actor. I mean, you can't beat that. And also, George W. Bush was played by Sam Rockwell. He won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in that movie about billboards. He played an interesting part. He played a convincing role as George W. Bush. I mean, you can't beat that. Now, all the others I have not seen: Roma, Green Book, and The Favorite. But Bohemian Rhapsody, that is cool. A true story about Queen, one of the greatest rock bands in the world. We've seen the rise and fall of Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury died, if I remember, after when he announced he had AIDS. It was like almost a week, or maybe less than that, when he passed away. How a rock band came to be one of the greatest with the best songs. We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. Another one bites the dust. You can't beat those songs, guys. I can't wait to see. I have a feeling I want the Black Panther to win. This is the first superhero film to be nominated for Best Picture. So, hey, it could be a first for everybody. So let's take a look. Now, Best Director. Now, Alfonso Cuarón on Roma. Don't know that one. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite. Nope. Spike Lee. Now, guys, Spike Lee is a great director. He has directed a lot of great films. He did Jungle Love. I've seen that movie. That was crazy. Man, what other movies have you done? Give me a sec. What a better way to know by having your phone on you. Spike Lee films. Now he has done Malcolm X with Denzel Washington. Also Denzel Washington with Inside Man. She's Gotta Have It. Jungle Fever. I'm sorry, that was Jungle Fever. I messed that up, sorry. Let's see. There's a lot of good ones. And Love and Basketball, that was good. He also did the Michael Jackson's Bad 20th Anniversary special. That was great. And also The Best Man. Adam McKay, Vice, I don't know that one. And Powell Pawlowski on Cold War, I don't know him. I have a feeling, it would be cool if Spike Lee won. But I have a feeling that it might be Adam McKay who did Vice. Because Vice was a really good movie. Now, let's go over to here. Best Actor in a Leading Role. There you go, guys. Christian Bale as the Vice, as Dick Cheney. I'm going to give you my prediction on who's going to win. And Bradley Cooper, who he also directed and starred in this film, which it was really amazing how he was able to. He played a country star who was battling his own demons. He was able to recruit Lady Gaga's character into singing, and her stardom was flourishing. But it was kind of hard to watch him go through demons and everything, guys. It was tough. Now, like I said before, the last time, if I remember correctly, the one person that starred in the remake was Chris Christopherson. He is a famous he is a famous country singer. He also played played Whistler in the movie Blade and also Blade 2. Now, William Dafoe, if you guys don't know who William Dafoe is, he was the one who played the Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Rami Malek. Now, guys, here's the funny part about this guy. He's the guy who played Freddie Mercury. Nobody didn't know who he was. To be fair, I don't even know who he is. I've never heard of him. But overall, he gave a great performance as Freddie Mercury. He was able to bring him back to life the way that he was a long time ago. And last but not least, Viggo Mortensen. You guys might know him as Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, he is a great actor, and this is like the longest time that we ever seen him being nominated for anything. But he's a great actor. Now, guys, this one's going to be tough because, hey, all these guys were great actors. If I had to have my guess, I would say the person who would win Best Actor would be a tie between Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper. Like I said, Christian Bale gave a great performance as Dick Cheney in the movie Vice, and Bradley Cooper gave an amazing performance in the movie The Star is Born. So, my choice is either Christian Bale or Bradley Cooper. Alright, guys, now let's move this over here, and let's go to the next one. Now, Best Actress in a Leading Role. Now, there's some of these people I have never seen before. Yeah. Yadalets Aparicio from Roma. Never heard of her. I guess that's her right there on the picture. But Glenn Close, the wife. Now, Glenn Close, you guys might know her as Cruella de Vil in the remake of 101 Dalmatians with an evil laugh. But also, she also was nominated for her role in Mr. Foster. Great movie. Now, she won a Golden Globe. She won a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Leading Role in a movie, and there was one award ceremony. I don't know what it was, but she tied between another actress. But we'll get to that later. Olivia Colman, I think I've seen her role, and she played great. Now guys, the woman who tied with her is Lady Gaga. Now guys, Lady Gaga has made some crazy songs in the past. Poker Face, Just Dance, Video Phone, Telephone, guys, great songs. Also, that movie, I forgot what that one song was. She performed it in the Oscars where she had kids who were victims of, child abuse and rape and everything. That was sad. Also, when she did her great rendition of The Sound of Music on the 65th anniversary, that was an amazing performance. Now, I have a feeling that I think Lady Gaga will be the one to win. And hey, if luck would have it, maybe there'll be a tie again. But if I have my guess, it'll be either her or Lady Gaga. Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me? She in the movie that she starred, it was based on a true story. She actually forged a lot of famous writers' writings and pretend that she actually had them, and also she pretend that she was the one who created them. But she got arrested. But that's what happens. But you know what? I would say it's either Glenn Close or Lady Gaga. Those two, I have a feeling that will be the ones who will win. Hey, like I said, if luck would have it, maybe they'll tie again. It'll be a first time we've seen. Well, this will be the second time that an actress category was tied. Well, we'll see about that. Now let's go on to the next one. Now, best actor in a supporting role. Now, you guys remember this guy in the picture, Mahershala Ali. He won for best supporting actor in the movie Moonlight. Now, that was a good movie. I actually saw that. There's Adam Driver. Black Klansman. He was the one who supposedly was the leader. He was the leader. But you kind of seen how people act that way. Sam Elliott in The Stars Born. You might know him as the caregiver from the movie Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. He was the one who told him about the Ghost Rider, about the legend. Richard E. Grant, never heard of him. And also Sam Rockwell, like I said, the guy who played, he's also the one who played Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. He's the guy who played George W. Bush. Now, if I would have my guess, there's three I would like. Mahershala, I can't believe I wish I could say it right. Ali, because he won for Moonlight. I have a feeling he'll win. Sam Elliott, it would be cool to see him win. And also Sam Rockwell, because he won for best supporting actor in the Billboard movie. Who knows? Maybe history will repeat itself again. We will see. Now let's take a look. Best actress in a supporting role. Amy Adams. She played the wife of Dick Cheney. Now, Regina King, you might know her if you guys remember the movie Daddy Daycare. She played the wife. She played the wife of him. Emma Stone, she won for best best actress in a leading role in La La Land. Now, Marina de Tavera from the Roma. I think about that picture a long time ago up there. And also Rachel Welch. Now, if I would have my guess on who would win, I would say either Amy Adams or Regina King. Now, if you guys want, I'm yawning, guys. It was early in the morning for me. I would say either Amy Adams or Regina King would win. I can't wait to see that. Now, let's see if I can fit this in there. Good. Now we got original screenplay, adapted screenplay, and foreign language films. Now let's go for the original screenplay. Now, if I would have my guess, if somebody who did who did the movie very well, who produced it well, I would say Vice would be the winner. Now, for best adapted screenplay, there's a lot of good ones here. I would say A Star Is Born. Now, for best foreign language film, I would say, Viva La Mexico. I would say Roma, but I would say Never Look Away. Now, let's go down to the big pictures. Now, best animated films. Now, guys, as you know, Disney has been winning a lot of Oscars for best animated features every year sometimes. Now, as you can see, we got two Disney films that are nominated for Best Animated Films. We got Incredibles 2, great movie, and Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Now, I've seen the movie. It was crazy how they were trying to find a part for a game for his friend's game, but you later realize that when it's time to go, it's time to go. But when someone has fun somewhere else, and you got to accept the fact that friends come and go, but as long as they stay in your heart, that is the one place they can never leave. Now, Isle of Dogs, that movie was crazy. Even though it looked like a claymation movie, it looked crazy. Mirai, never heard of that. And also, the movie that blew my mind that actually got 100% on Rotten Tomato, Spider-Man, Into the Spideyverse. Now, guys, I have seen that film. It was an amazing movie. Seeing all Spider-Mans from different dimensions coming together to save the world from the evil Kingpin and everybody. Now, this movie actually won a Golden Globe for Best Animated Film. So, Disney has some good contenders here. Well, Disney has two, but there's also one Sony and also a Marvel film, Spider-Man. If I have my guess, Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse will be the winner. We will see. Best sound editing. Best sound. If I had my guess, it would be stupid chicken. It would be either Bohemian Rhapsody, Black Panther, or A Quiet Place. I would say for best sound editing, I bet it takes a lot to cut everything out. I would say A Quiet Place would do. I mean, seeing a movie that you can't make a noise because they can hear you, that's one thing. I would say A Quiet Place would be the winner. But now, the one that I was shocked to see, best visual effects, we got Avengers Infinity War. Well, guys, that was the most epic movie I have ever seen. I mean, Marvel had really outdone themselves last year. Seeing how all the Avengers came together to stop the evil Thanos from collecting all the stones, along with his Black Order friends, minions. But the visual effects, I would say, look, the battle scenes, and everything that we've seen. It was everything that we've seen from battling and going to space. It was crazy. I mean, the battle scenes were amazing, guys. If you guys can, I'm sure you guys would agree with me on that. And also down in the Wakanda, when we seen all the Outriders battling down there, that was crazy. I mean, the special effects, come on. What could beat that? Christopher Robin, it was cool to see all of Winnie the Pooh and his friends come to life in live action. That was one of the greatest. But you know what? All I can say on that point, where at that certain time where Pooh looked, it was actually a real doll. It was just like a puppet, but the way that he was able to come to life, that was amazing. First Man, well, that was good. It was a true story about the first man who walked on the moon. That was a good movie. I saw that. I saw parts of it. It was good. Ready Player One. Ooh. If I had a choice of either having the two contenders, would be Avengers Infinity War and Ready Player One. I mean, Steven Spielberg, he outdid himself again. There's a lot of big movies that he has done over the years. He's done Jurassic Park. He has done a lot. He's done Indiana Jones. But Ready Player One was the one film that took a long time. There's actually there's three films that actually took him a long time to get done. It was Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, and this one, Ready Player One. Now, I don't know how this guy was able to get the rights to use all the characters from different video games and different generations of movies. It was crazy. A battle royale where you can become any character you want. From the Iron Giant, we've seen Chucky the Killer Doll, we've seen Battletoads, we've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we've seen Mechagodzilla, we've seen King Kong, and from the vehicles, we've seen the DeLorean, the time-traveling DeLorean, we've seen Tron's motorcycles, anything. It showed right there, it was crazy how he was able to bring this movie together by playing a video game. It looked like a virtual reality. And Solo, A Star Wars film. Don't get me wrong. A Star Wars film was a good movie, but I know the thing about origin stories is pretty good, but sometimes it gets too much and they get carried away on it. Now, film editing, short film animation, and also short film live action. Now, these ones I don't know. I haven't seen the short films or the short films for animation and live action. For film editing, I would say Bohemian Rhapsody would be the best. And short film, I would say Last Afternoon. And short film, I would say Marguerite. Now, documentary, and now there it is, documentary, original score, and also original song. Now, documentary, I would say Lifeboat would do. Original score, for the movie that actually was able to put the story together, I would say either Black Panther or Mary Poppins Returns. Now, for best song, that is the one. This is the one thing that makes the movie great, is by the music. Songs have a way of taking us to a different time and place, as said great by Jack Black himself. Now, Shallow, A Star Is Born, All the Stars, Black Panthers. That was a good song too. I'll Fight, RBG, never heard of it. The Place Where Lost Things Go, that one's good. And The Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Now, this will be a tie. This will be a three-way tie between Shallow, All the Stars, and The Place Where Lost Things Go. Now, if you guys have seen the movie Mary Poppins Returns, where all the lost things go, that was in the attic where he was trying to find the saving spots that his dad left. But seeing how he lost his wife, it was tough for him to go through life knowing that he was struggling with his 3 kids with the help of his sister, the same sister that we've seen, the different one. It was cool to see how Mary Poppins was able to come and help out. But the music there, it was the best. I would say it was either Shallow from The Star Is Born, All the Stars, and Black Panther, and also Mary Poppins Returns with The Place. I think, well, hey, Disney always wins for best song, so I would say it's The Place Where Lost Things Go. That will be the winner. Now, let's go to the next one. We got cinematography, costume design, and production design. Now, all these movies on that one were good. I would say it would be a tie between Black Panther and Mary Poppins Returns. I mean, setting everything up, making sure like the set and all the stage and also the place where you're shooting the movie is going to be perfect. It's always that one thing. But with Mary Poppins, they used a lot of CGI to bring it back to life. How Mary Poppins was in an animated world, which that was the best. And also the Black Panther, we seen him in a legendary place of Wakanda. I would say it's either Black Panther or Mary Poppins Returns will win for best product design. Cinematography. Now the cinematography is the outline of the outside world of the film. Star Is Born, Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, and Roma. I would say The Star Is Born would be the one. Because we've seen the outside world of how when a singer performs, you see everyone's faces, everyone's reactions on how the person's voice sounds in the world, and also even inside a place. Now for best costume design. Well, guys, now the Black Panther has won for best costume a lot. If the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, never seen that film. The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns had a lot of good costumes. I mean, jumping from here and there, from different worlds, and also having fun singing about it. It's always a good thing about it. About how movies can actually transfer you from a different time and place. And Mary, Queen of Scots. Now, Black Panther has won a lot of awards. From the SAG Awards, Screen Actors Guild Awards, that's what it is, Golden Globes, you name it. Black Panther has won for best costume, because with different costumes, with different African cultures, it shows how we learned a lot from it. So I have a feeling the best costume design will go to the Black Panther. Now, for best makeup, Border, that and Vice, I would say Vice would win. Now, best documentary feature, Free Solo, I'll say Fathers and Sons. Sound mixing, I would say it would be either Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, or A Star Is Born. Well, hey, that's it, guys. Well, those are my predictions on what's going to happen at the Oscars. Now, I don't know who's going to sing at the Oscars because, as you guys may have remembered, that we lost some great actors back then. We lost Aretha Franklin, and we lost the one and only Stan Lee. You know what would make that a very good night for Stan Lee for his legacy to flourish still if the Black Panther won for Best Picture. Now, speaking of Best Picture, as you guys know, the Oscars have no hosts. For the second time in the 80s, I think it was either 88 or 89, they had no host. Now, Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars this year, but unfortunately, due to a comment that he released on Twitter as a gay joke, he was kicked out. So, as luck would have it, they're actually enlisting the actors and actresses who starred in the Marvel films, to host the show. I mean, hey, what better way to pay tribute to the man who created a Marvel universe from Stan Lee's mind and dreams, and better than the people who brought it to life. I bet we'll have Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, and all the Marvel actors and actresses who starred in the Marvel films that came to be. We'll see about that. We have until the 22nd of February to find that out, so we'll see. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reaction or gameplay. Drop some likes if you enjoyed this. What do you guys think? Do you think my predictions will be true? Are you guys hoping that Avengers Infinity War will win for best visual effects? I'm hoping they win because that was the best. But Ready Player One was also great too. But those two are the contenders. And I hope Black Panther wins for Best Picture. Alright, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, like I always say, stay positive, and I'm going to enjoy my day off.